We're on Duxun.
The Mason Duxon line.
I have yet to see any ducks.
Space ducks.
Space ducks. Duxun cache door. Store's impenetrable. All right. Use thorium charges to open this door. Do we have any thorium charges?
Ask our resident bomb maker.
Apparently, yes. Kreia does not give a damn.
When
look,
has Kreia ever gave a damn?
We have this. Can I recover this mine? Can. Can I recover this mine? I can. Great. Now I get to loot.
It is I who loots.
I am the one who loots. Also, hello everybody. We're here. Amplifier belt.
We are arrived.
Nath Cowling. Jalshay Mentor armor. Oh.
What?
I feel like we're in a quick save right now. Because remember, loot in this game is random. If we have to reload and I check that box again, that stuff is not going to be there. It's going to be something else. Jalshay belt. Interesting. And poison dart. I'm going to save again because I gotta get that belt. Alright, let me see real quick. What do I have on right now? I have Jalshay Mentor armor myself. So I basically got a second of the same armor, which is great. I can give that to someone because this is actually good armor. Jalshay belt gives Wisdom 1, Force Resist 14. Which is not bad if we're going to fight Force users, but right now we're not, so I won't. Andor apparently is starting up either right now or very soon.
Probably today.
I'm probably gonna wait a little bit to watch it because I'd like to, you know, binge it a bit.
Watch it all at once.
Yeah. I want you to do...
Much like how I did with Fallout, which I am eagerly awaiting.
Wait, you haven't watched Fallout yet?
No, I watched all the night it was released.
Oh, okay.
You remember?
Why is it every time we play this game, it sounds like the sound has gone like way the hell up?
I don't know. The sound mixing seems mediocre. Mediocrity.
Mediocrity.
No, I binged Fallout the night it came out because it was mostly because, well, I was really engaged because honestly I feel like the show was way better than anyone expected.
Hold it right there.
And I was more or less surprised I even could watch it.
The jungle doesn't usually
like legitimately.
that easily. What are you doing here?
Sneaky Mandos.
Sneaky Mandos.
What are you doing on Duxon?
We claimed this moon decades ago when we reforged ourselves after XR Kun's defeat. Some of us.
Exakun.
Why are you trespassing here?
You know, I'll give this guy this. He sounds like, you know, Din Djarin at home. Meaning he could be a decent Pedro Pascal.
And we were forced to land here.
Which is funny. This predates Din Djarin.
Oh yeah. It's so weirdly, I feel like these games came out in a kind of weird, I don't want to say limbo, but like these games came out after the prequels. When did Lester, will you look up when Revenge of the Sith came out? I want to say it was 2005.
I'll take a wild guess and say the early 2010s. You
No,
said Revenge of the
Revenge of the Sith, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I want to say 2005. Look it up.
2005 exactly.
Nice. This game,
Okay,
I
but
believe, came out in 2006.
Okay, but do you know what month? Will it tell me what month?
It was the summer, but I couldn't tell you exactly what month. I think it was the summer. Like maybe late summer, like August or something. What does it say? It's either that or it's going to be like December. What does it say?
It came out in May.
No, I mean that makes sense.
May 19th.
All right.
It was
so
not the 4th.
What I'm saying is we already have the mold, the precedence for Mandalorians at this point, set in stone now with Temuera Morrison's New Zealander kind of accent. And it's weird that they don't use these in this. I shouldn't say that, but again, I think we keep on coming back to this point of Star Wars. It's not limited to Star Wars fandom, but it is definitely prevalent in Star Wars fandom and lore, where you have one example of a race and now every single other member of that race has to be exactly the same. So all Mandalorians now have to sound have that accent, right? They have to sound the same.
They all basically have to be clones. Funny enough to say.
Funny enough, I do think that Disney, not necessarily Disney, Clone Wars in particular, I do think kind of bucked that trend itself. Because if you listen to the various Mandos that are on Clone Wars or Rebels or even The Mandalorian, the show, pretty much none of them sound like Boba Fett. Like Jango Fett, I should say. Except, of course, for Boba Fett himself. So it's almost like that's almost like the exception to the rule is the Mandos. But considering when this game was made, it would make sense for all of these Mandos to sound like Jango Fett, but they don't. I don't know. I don't really know where I'm going with this. It's just kind of a weird observation. I still don't like their weirdo helmets that make them look like they have tiny faces.
Yeah, they're not good. The visor alone is already kind of restricting in vision, and then they just make it smaller.
I don't mind I don't mind the shoulders and downward. Like I think the armor as a whole from the shoulder down looks perfectly fine. The helmet is absolutely trash.
It's like, I guess they were trying to do the Mandalorian or Boba Fett's helmet, but also like not do it.
Yeah, like Boba Fett, but different because this was 4,000 years before Boba Fett. It's funny because, having said that, I know we've been on this on this one screen for a while. You actually do hear Boba Fett in the original movie before the prequels, and he just sounds British, as I recall. He doesn't sound like Jango. He just sounds like regular British. His voice sounds very different too. Have you ever seen Boba Fett, the actor, with his helmet off?
He looks like a dad.
Yeah, he does.
He is a pale, pasty white dude with a mustache.
Yes.
So again, I guess we can kind of like appreciate Tamura for kind of like giving more of a impressive face behind the mask. But let's not forget.
Him,
but let's not, entirely erase original Boba Fett, who's just a guy.
Yeah, I do like Tamura Morrison. I think he's good as Jango. I think potentially he could have been good as Boba if he was in an actual good show, which he was not. And I like his voice and everything. Fine actor. But yeah, don't forget the original British white dad. Don't forget. How about don't forget the original Darth Vader? When they removed his helmet at the end of Return of the Jedi, you still see him in that, but then they replace like the normal looking one with Hayden Christensen at the end when they're all like Force ghosts and standing there, because it used to be him. It used to be the old guy who was in the
I
who
think
was, you know, who
I
you
mostly
saw.
say that they did that because it's like if they do the Force Ghost thing at the end of Jedi, uh, people will go, "Who the hell is that? Who's this random guy?"
Yeah. I guess it has implications, doesn't it? It has so
Is
like
it? Would you
what do you
would you
look like
call
as a
it
Force ghost?
erasure? I well,
Do you
that is
look
a good
like when you
question.
died? Do you look the
Is it
same as when you
Matrix
died?
rules?
Or do you look this or do you get to pick what you look like? And it's like people will say like, oh well, he must look that way because that's when like the original Anakin died. Like that's like when Anakin died and he turned into Darth Vader, and so now that he's finally a full Force ghost, he went back to Anakin. But like I counter that with his final act to spoilers for a 40-year-old movie. His final act to save his son from the Emperor, and turned him back into the light side, which means that when he died, then he should have looked like that. And I don't necessarily mean that he should look like a horribly badly scarred guy. It's fine that he has his Jedi robes on. It's fine that he has hair. It's fine that he looks normal.
Let
But
us
he should
let
have
us make the
looked, you
comic
know.
book canon. He's just Vader but white. I mean, like literally, his armor was just white because
That's
that
dumb. That's
happened in the
really dumb.
comic books. He was
Comic books are so
briefly
dumb
he went
sometimes.
light side. He was just Vader but white.
I am glad that the comic books are not really canon. The comic books can do some interesting things. They can do some good things, but I think the comic books are just like any other piece of extended lore in that there's good stuff and there's really bad stuff, and a lot of it is kind of bad. But then again, that gets into my issues with comics in general, which we shouldn't go. You know what? Let's respond to this guy. Our ship crashed when we were forced to land
We
here.
expected as much. Few visit Duxon by
Let's
choice.
actually do it.
We have orders to escort you to our camp. Our
Okay.
leader wants to speak to you.
This may prove of use to us. Let us hear his words.
Shut up,
and see if
Freya.
they
I'm in
hold
charge
any
here.
value.
Kreia, can you raspy whisper any louder? I'm sure he heard that.
Okay, lay down. Why not? I see no reason to aggravate any Mandalorians. Although technically, I am I am a veteran of the Mandalorian Wars. I fought
I'd
against a bunch of
imagine
Mandos.
I feel like a number of you should be recognizable to older Mandalorians, not necessarily all of them.
Yeah. Well, the Mandalorian Wars were only like what 10 or 15 years ago, right? From this.
Yeah, but not you didn't like see every Mando in the
No,
war.
but I mean, it is saying something that these Mandos actually chose to talk instead of, just firing at first.
So you're the
This is the
intruder.
way.
Our sensors picked up your handiwork in space. I am Mandalore, leader of the Mandalorians.
Bullshit. To that I say
That
bullshit.
that is a very bold claim.
I thought the Mandalorians. What is this place?
This used to be the heart of the Mandalorian war effort. From this complex, we commanded an armada that had the Republic on the run. It didn't last.
He kind of sounds like Kando. Why did you use Duxon?
Mandalorians have a rapport with this jungle. Every moment here is a struggle. All creatures grip
You know
in a
what? I like this
constant
guy's
war
helmet
for
more than
survival.
his underlings.
The sole purpose of the weak is to feed the strong. We train here and learn the lessons of the jungle. The beasts also help us keep our edge.
Also, you know what? This guy is shiny and chrome. Do you think? I don't know if this is a mod that made him shiny and chrome, or if that's what he normally looks like. But do you think if if it's in the vanilla game, do you think that Mando's shiny and chrome armor is like a nod to this guy?
I don't know. Is this indicative to the purity of Beskar in this man's armor?
I don't think Beskar existed in the lore at this point. I thought the Mandalorians were disbanded.
Scattered, perhaps. But we're still alive. Alive and rebuilding.
All right. I thought Mandalorians were just blasters for hire.
Many Mandalorians have fallen from the path of honor and are now no more than common mercenaries. But that is changing.
Okay, well, good then. I wish you luck. I'm trying to get to Onderon. Do you know how I can get there? Well, first you need a ship.
So it's transportation you want. It so happens I have a small shuttle that's more than capable of running the Onderon military blockade. I make occasional trips to ISIS for information and supplies. If you want to go with me, you're going to have to prove your worth.
Why do you
And
go to
how
ISIS?
do I do that?
It's Mandalorian business, not yours.
Oh, okay.
Top secret Mandalorian business.
Can't you tell me more than that?
I could, but I don't know you. Once I get
failed.
to know you, I might tell you.
I could.
But not now.
But I won't. All right, how can I prove myself?
Figure it out yourself. Ask around.
Okay.
See if you can make yourself useful. Or something that'll
He
show
almost
you're
sounds like Jedi Ed Asner.
I think he might be the same voice actor as Kando. He sounds a lot like him. All right, I'll see what I can do.
I'll let Kex know that you check out. We found more gear than we can use, so you can trade with him if you need some more supplies. Be
Great.
careful in the jungle. Our patrols have stopped until the space traffic dies down. The challenging beasts have been cleared from the area, but what's left might still be too much for you.
I want to check something real quick. I'm gonna Alt-Tab for a second. I just want to see if his, like, regular, look is silver. Yeah, look. It's silver on this little picture here. This guy sounds a lot like Kando. Lab station, HK. Hi, HK. Where the hell are we? Where did it put us?
What do you want?
Nothing. I'll be going. Thank you. I guess I'm not going this way. Okay, I'll go out then. Now, does he have the Darksaber? That's my question.
What do you want?
I don't think the
Wow.
Darksaber exists in this canon.
No.
You read everyone that way?
Just you. You're no Mandalorian.
Oh, here we go.
I don't know why
See, now
Mandalore
he's
lets you run
got-
free, but I don't
He's
trust
got the
you.
New Zealander
I'm
accent.
Kex, the new quartermaster. If a Mandalorian needs something, they come to me.
Is your name
Mandalore's
Kex Fett?
ordered me to let you have access to our supplies, including some military-grade surplus. It's
Nice.
not free, though. You can
All right.
pay with credits or trade in some of your gear. Doesn't matter to me.
This is a GameStop.
Yeah, but you only get like a 20% credit.
Ooh, Zeeson Shaw Warrior armor. It's actual armor. It just gives me save fortitude +1. Motokai Apprentice robe, which I want to say we have one of. Oh, we do. Mandalorian heavy suit. They're willing to sell me a Mando suit.
Don't let Din find out.
Also, Mandalorian heavy suit, armor proficiency light. Here we go. Mandalorian heavy armor proficiency heavy. We don't have anyone who uses heavy armor right now, do we? Actually, Baldur uses heavy armor right now, doesn't he?
I don't remember because we don't use Balduro that much.
No, it would be weird to put Baldur in Mandalorian armor, though, considering he also fought in the Mando Wars.
Who hasn't fought in the Mando Wars?
Oh, look, we can buy a Gamorrean war axe. Mandalorian
So,
Ripper.
how effective would a Gamorrean war axe be in the rest of the galaxy? Because they're apparently notorious for not knowing how blasters work. They don't bathe. They're basically primitives that people just kind of like use as figurehead muscle because it's like, yeah, they're strong, but everyone has blasters and the Gamorreans don't. So how effective is a Gamorrean battle axe against, well, like say, average armor?
I don't know. I mean, I don't remember hearing anything about armor being anything special. One of the things that I hear a lot about weapons, a bag in Star Wars is like if you have a sword, it's generally not just like, a piece of sharpened metal, right? Like there is something else about it. Usually it is a vibroblade. So it has some kind of mechanism in the hilt that makes the blade vibrate at like a high frequency, so that it like cuts through things, right? So
Which is really weird when you think about it too much. And so then I have to
never do that.
approach my adage of don't look at things too closely.
Yeah, never do that. Never think about it too much. But I don't remember any such consideration for making armor special. I know that like stormtrooper armor is made of plasteel, but I don't know if plasteel is like a really good material or not. Probably
Well,
not.
apparently not,
Considering
because how much they need and how often stormtroopers are bodied by shots.
and I know that they have talk to this guy in a minute. I know that there are some special armors like Cortosis armors, which in the old canon basically stopped lightsabers. If a lightsaber touched something made of Cortosis, it like shorted out the lightsaber. So it's just like turns off and then remains off for a while.
Well,
But
so it's been mentioned before, and I think maybe Legends canon, but it's never really like brought up all that much. In that there are ballistic guns in Star Wars, and
yes.
lightsabers are more or less ineffective against them. They cannot deflect those shots.
I wouldn't say ineffective. As far as I know, it's just very hard to do. Not because it's hard to catch the bullet with the lightsaber, but because the bullet is a like solid, piece of matter. It'll hit the lightsaber and it will like rattle the hell out of your hand and your arm when you hit it with the lightsaber. So like you can deflect a bullet or two, but like you're gonna feel real sore after that.
So
but
I
don't
guess
think many people use those.
well, they're supposedly very uncommon, if not just outright rare, to find, as they call them in universe, slug throwers.
Yeah.
But other than was it the Dark Forces games, you don't really see ballistic weapons in any other like setting.
What ballistic weapons were there in the Dark Forces games?
I think it was like a scattergun.
All right.
It was like a Trandoshan scattergun.
Yeah, something like that. I remember that. Well, Mando uses a slug thrower, doesn't he? Isn't his rifle like a slug thrower or something? Doesn't he have like a, or is it his?
I don't think it's
one of those.
No, his pistol's like a traditional blaster. His rifle is a disruptor.
Right.
So it's a kind of different sort of energy.
Oh, you know what it is? I think a lot of Tusken Raiders' weapons are slug throwers.
That would make sense.
I think like most of their rifles are slug throwers. Not all, but a lot of them are. So I don't know like how effective is, say, plasteel stormtrooper armor versus a bullet, an actual honest to god bullet.
I'd imagine not very, because I feel like majority of the galaxy more or less has their armor designed to withstand or make blaster shots less lethal.
You know what? What one thing? I know we're just kind of walking around talking, but I think part of the problem with this game is that there's a lot of speaking. Like you can go anywhere and people just like speak to you, and you can't really talk over them, or else you're gonna miss stuff. So I have to like not talk to people when Lost Joke and I are talking. Anyway, one thing that the video games kind of introduced that was never really a thing in the movies or any of the shows that I can remember: personal shields.
We've seen one, to my knowledge, recently.
Who had it? In what?
Bo-Katan in season 3 of The Mandalorian.
Did she have a personal shield? No, she had like an actual. That was like a Captain America, like a literal buckler on her.
It was an energy buckler.
I mean, like personal shields as used in video games. Like even this game has these energy shields, Arcanian energy shields, and stuff like that, or like Dark Forces.
Well, I feel like it's implied. That is implied in the armor, because if you remember in the first season of Mandalorian, when Din went up against the Mudhorn, his chest armor broke, and he was like fiddling around with the electronics. I think it's implied that personal shields are built within armor commonly.
Maybe. But yeah, it's not really something that you see mentioned ever in like anything other than the video games.
And I guess you could say Droideka.
You know what else? Yeah, Droidekas have those shields. You know what else? Shields in general. Now, ship shields, Kreia? Ship shields are mentioned all the time. Have you ever actually seen one?
Not like Star Trek, where you actually visibly see
like
the
see
shield,
the
especially when it's when it's struck.
Yeah.
I like to think that the way the shields work in Star Wars is that it's more intimate to the hull.
Yeah, it's more like shaped around the ship.
Yeah,
so
instead of
really
like instead of like a outward projection, a bubble, it is like a layer.
Yeah, that makes sense. I want to talk to this guy again. I want to ask him stuff.
You again?
Yeah, me.
You again.
Do you have some kind of problem with me?
Yeah, I do. I don't know why Mandalore would let some outsider roam around our camp without an escort. If it were up to me, you would have been shot on sight.
And this is why you are not Mandalore.
I am, and you better not forget it. It sounds weird. How'd you end up as quartermaster?
The greatest honor for a Mandalorian is to distinguish themselves in battle. But as age comes upon us, some are forced to find honor in other pursuits. They assist as freighter pilots, technicians, or quartermasters. There's honor there, but it's nothing compared to the heat of battle. For someone young like me, this task is distasteful. There are many battles left in me.
How young are you?
This.
Impossible to tell. How'd you end up with the job?
My predecessor was loading equipment from Cache D5. Mandalorian engineers must have worked the double shift on that one. The old quartermaster was carrying out a load of blast converters and walked straight into a beam splitter. Pieces of them wound up all over. So I got the job, and here I am.
Beam splitter? That's more like a beam evaporator if you went everywhere.
He split them into multiple pieces. Can you tell me about the area?
It's bad enough I have to stand here and pass out supplies while the others go on patrol. I'm not going to disgrace myself further by being your guide. The only advice I'll give you is, when you're in the jungle, shoot anything that moves. Then shoot the things that don't move, just to be sure.
Are there
Double
fun and
tap,
games
even.
in the jungle?
Well,
do you have
there?
everything I want in the jungle?
No, because you didn't welcome us.
Give the word and I'll take you there.
No, not right now, thanks.
I want to know how
Well,
young
our
he
patrols
is.
outside the camp, we usually find some
I'm
entertainment in clearing out
35.
the worst of the beasts. But without our
You,
patrols, some of the larger beasts may be
Mandalorian.
around.
How old are you?
None of
I'm
us will be around to bail
16.
you out of trouble. You've been warned.
I'm 12 years old, and what is this?
They're immediately born with the graveliest voice that just gets worse
What if-
over time.
what if the Star Wars canon was so screwed up that they didn't actually have to accelerate the aging of the clones of the Jango clones? That's just the way the Mandalorians age normally. How old are you, Mandalorian warrior? I'm 5.
Where's my mummy?
What'd you call your patrols?
Our sensors picked up 3 ships landing in this area after the space battle. If any of the Onderon military come searching for those ships, we don't want them finding our base.
Okay. 3 ships. There was my ship and the Duros ship. Who was the third?
I don't know. It was some sort of freighter. It didn't land in any of the clearings along the path. Knowing some of the larger Duxan beasts, the crew's probably already dead.
Why are you hiding from the Onderon military?
The people of Onderon still live in fear of us. They were the first world we conquered in the Mandalorian Wars. Their resistance was laughable. We cut through their defenses like vibroblades through cloth. ISIS fell within hours. If they knew we were here, they would eventually gather enough courage to attack us. It is not a battle we wish to wage. Yet.
Yet.
Yet. Is there anyone else on the moon?
Who knows? Our relay dish is down, and until Zuko repairs it, we're blind.
Right,
The
we're gonna talk to him in a minute.
military has cordoned off the planet, so there shouldn't be anybody else down here. Still, our sensors occasionally pick up signals on the surface.
Signals? What signals?
It's like someone
Oh,
is
I
searching the
forgot
planet.
Kreia was here.
So under the noses of the military, whoever they are, they've stayed clear of us.
Why would they search the planet?
I don't know. Duxun's all jungle except for this camp.
What do you mean by larger beasts?
We heard reports of a Zakeg wandering the paths around here. They're a good challenge for Mandalorians. If you see one, stay out of its way. Without us to back you up, you'll be dead in seconds.
Doubtful. What's a Zakeg?
It's a huge red lizard that's built like a Baragwin battle tank. It has a hide so thick it might as well be Durasteel plating. We keep clearing them out of the area, but they keep coming back. They're tough opponents for non-Mandalorians.
I think you're wrong. I can defeat it.
You fight a Zakeg. If you survived such a battle, you'd gain much honor.
Good. We'll see. I'll be back after I've defeated one.
Hint.
Strong words. It would be amusing to see you try to kill such a beast. Try the outlying jungle paths if you're determined to seek one out. And bring me back a trophy from your kill as proof of the deed.
No problem. No problemo. Let's talk to this guy.
Jungle is taking over everything. This place
You're
is a
breathing
mess.
hard into your microphone. You okay there, Lost Joke? Are you doing okay?
I'm alive. And that's all you need to know.
Stand back. Let's see if that... Sith's blood! Fixing anything in this rot-infested place is an uphill battle.
Ooh, what's the problem?
This jungle attacks anything made by man. Restoring the
Man.
generators and computer systems is no easy task.
Okay. I've had some practice restoring computers.
I'll take whatever help I can get. Whatever wires and tech haven't been corroded by the jungle are at least 10 years old.
Have you been here for 10 years?
The relay dish operational, but several components are
No, the
broken
tech's
and
just
need
old.
repair. Without the relay, we've
Also, I feel like 10 years is nothing in Star Wars time. Like, all tech is old.
May have attracted unwanted attention, and our shuttle sensors can't cover the whole moon.
What should I start working on?
Oh, seems just about everything involved with a relay dish is broken. I've been trying to fix it for weeks and still no success.
Weeks.
If you think you can help, there's the broken cables right over there, and the relay maintenance
Right
structure
over there.
behind me. You can find the telemetry computer in there. The
Okay.
only thing I know for sure is we need a new phase pulse converter for the tracking computer.
Sure, sure. We're gonna find one.
We actually already found one in an old weapons cache, but flaming Canox ate it.
They ate it?
That's the problem with Canox. They'll leave you alone if you keep your distance. But if you turn your back on the pests, they'll eat anything they can get in their mouth.
Okay. How do you propose I find it?
Just gut every Canox you come across. You wouldn't believe the things you can find in those little beasts.
Okay. Okay.
Alright then. Come back when you have the converter and we can see about getting these systems working again.
Alright, but you also want me to do this, right? Power wires here are damaged. It would take a lot of skill and parts to repair them. Just fix them. Sure. Success! Turns out I have a lot of skill and it actually only needed one part. Can I not go in here?
Taking over everything. This place is a mess.
Looks like I can't go in here right now.
Is someone struggling back there?
Oh, this guy? These guys are just fighting. These guys are just having a grand old time.
Mandalore will gather the scattered clans. We will triumph. So,
Okay.
you're the Jedi the camp's been talking about. Are you planning on exploring the jungles to the south?
Probably. I might. Who are you?
I'm Zarga. I instruct our raw Mandalorian recruits in the ways of discipline and battle. I sent one of my warriors, Kumas, into the jungle. It's
Kumas.
been 3 days, and I want you to
Kumas.
bring back his corpse and his survival pack.
Okay. Are you sure he's dead?
If Kumas wasn't dead, he'd be back already. If you find his body, just bring it back.
Why do you want the body?
Good point. I don't want his body, just his equipment. Field strip the corpse and bring the gear back.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, now do you think we're gonna find a body, or we're gonna
Our
find him
number's
like
12.
captured or something?
Our trade
Good question. We have a lot to do. We have a lot of stuff to do, Lost Joke. We have to kill a big beast. We have to kill a bunch of smaller beasts. We have to find a body. We have to fix this crap. But that's after we kill the smaller beasts.
jungle is taking over everything. This place is...
Alright, well, we're going to the south. Oh, this is where we were already. Why do we need that guy to escort us back to our ship? We've already been here. How about you, sir?
You head out into the jungle. Stay alert. Our patrols keep the area clear of the more dangerous beasts, but a lot of the smaller ones still infest the paths.
Okay, what beasts are there?
Mostly Canucks and Malras. Deeper in the jungle, there's
Canadians?
Boma beasts, and they're a little more sport.
Who can you tell me about the Canucks?
Little pests. They'll eat anything they can fit in their mouths.
They love
So
hockey,
don't
they
leave
love
any
maple
carrots or
syrup,
flies lying around.
And
Unless you
bacon.
want them to end up in a Canuck's
they love
belly.
poutine.
They aren't very aggressive, though. Just don't get too
They're not very aggressive. Oh,
It's true. It is actually true. Tell me about the Malras.
Malras are aggressive, but hardly a challenge for a real warrior. They're
Okay.
pack hunters, though, and dangerous in numbers. We try to thin their
I feel like
herds
I've already
pretty
fought
regularly.
both of these things. What's a Boma beast?
but you
Bomas
haven't
are tough and
haven't
fiercely
acquired the
territorial.
souvenirs.
Whenever we drive them
No.
off, they just come back to reclaim their grazing lands. We can handle them, but they may be too much for you.
Why does everybody think they're going to be too much for me? Aren't there
You're just a
Zakheg's?
puny Jedi.
How do you know of the Zakheg? We've seen
The guy
signs
inside told
along
me.
the paths. They are naturally armored and have foul dispositions. Mandalorian expeditions cleared them out of the area, but ducks on beasts never take kindly to losing territory. As soon as ship activity dies out around here, we may hunt them again.
Okay. I'll be careful. You'll be dead.
I want that to be an exchange. It's like, okay, I'll be careful. No, you're dead.
A cave. And a Canuck. So what's a Canuck? Is it the weird-looking ones? Yeah, it is. You, please valor us.
Yes, master.
Yes, master. Oh. And what is this? This is the Malras. They're all just kind of congregating with each other. So it's like a mountain lion. It's using the stock mountain lion sound. Well, look at what we have here. We got one. It says core, though. I wonder if there's going to be more than one part.
Just bring the whole beast back with us.
What's this?
A moment. That beast there. Do you see it? The force
No.
flows even
I
through
don't.
these simple creatures. If you empty your mind, you may be able to feel its thoughts. They aren't fully formed.
Okay.
Basic instincts, primal urges, every breath dominated by the needs of the moment.
I feel it.
Good. Beasts can be easier to affect than other sentients, but you must bridge the gap between what distinguishes us and them. You feel its thoughts, yes? Like a low rumble before the storm. Use the force to create a barrier around it, carefully and slowly.
Beast control. I'll try.
You came close, and you have the potential. With practice, you can make any animal passive and pliable. But the cage around their perceptions is a fragile thing. Many things can break its hold. Violence, especially.
Can anything else?
Violence.
Violence. Anything else be done with Beast?
With the Force, anything is possible. But that is the end of the lesson for now.
Can I enslave them? Beast power attack. Beast trick. Beast trick. Saved. Beast trick again. I did it. Oh, no, it's... okay. I didn't do that. The game decided to make me attack them. That's fine. It's whatever.
Target acquired.
What is this? Can't, like... I can't, like, see what it is. Oh, it's a Boma. Okay. Well, I've killed this Boma. I'll save. That another Boma? A young Boma. Beast trick. I did it. What's up there? Just gonna kill this guy. Oh no, the young Boma came at me. Well, what am I supposed to do about this?
Prejudice.
What can I do about this, honestly?
Fallen.
If they're gonna be that aggressive. There we go. Well, Sook, what do you think about the announcement? Or the announcement
Which
of
one?
an announcement? The thing that will apparently be announced tomorrow.
In...
Hold on, there's a guy here. I bet this is the guy.
You there? I am in need of your assistance.
Are you Kumus? Are you Kumus? Zargo thought you were dead.
I'm Kumis, and Zargo
Yes.
is not wrong in thinking me dead. We assume that any Mandalorian who does not report back within a day has been taken by the jungle. I still live. I'm just in a difficult situation.
What are you doing?
I'll
there?
say.
A patrol was sent to look for weapon caches in this region. They found 3 sites that looked promising. Zarga told me to prove myself by taking explosives to those sites and uncovering the caches, if they exist.
How'd you get up there?
This was the first site. After easily dispatching some Maras, I removed my pack and began to plant my charges along this ridge. When I finished setting the charges, I looked down to see Canucks swarming all over my pack. The pests were eating everything. I killed the Canucks, but then a herd of Bomas arrived. I had no more ammo. The extra energy cells I had brought had been in my pack, so I've been up here, weaponless for 2 days.
2 stinking days.
You ran out of ammo? Isn't that against the Mandalorian code? Is it?
Blaster rifles don't use much energy, and their energy cells last a long time. How often have you had to change ammo?
Every round. I can't believe you were outwitted by Canucks. They're the Gizka of Duxon. Let's not antagonize this guy too much. How can I help you?
You must have cleared a path to the beast coming here. If you take care of the Boma beasts, I can make it to safety.
Okay. I'll drive off the bombs then.
Your actions are worthy of a Mandalorian. Return here when you have slain the beast, and I will be able to return to camp.
Okay, can I take this, though? Permacrete detonators used to set off permacrete charges that are linked
Don't
to
touch
it.
that button. It'll blow up all my charges.
Okay. You mean press button? You mean this button here?
Ooh, what does this button do?
I'll leave it alone then. Well, we have a monster over here. Bomas. Oh, a bunch of bomas. Kreia, I'm gonna need you to insanity. I don't think that it works. I want you to insanity this one too. There, I think that one works. Oh, that's why he set to aggressive instead of ranged. Okay.
Acknowledgement.
Acknowledgement.
No, don't. Okay. I don't like the options that they have for the stances because ranged isn't good because the problem with ranged is they don't stay at range. If someone gets into melee range, they switch to their secondary weapon, which in this case is literally nothing. So it's just bad.
I'm grateful for your help, stranger. I'm returning to the Mandalorian camp now. I won't forget this. I have only one request. Please, don't mention this incident to anyone.
Maybe. Light side points gained. Can I set this thing off now and get the loot? You guys might want to get out of there, though. HK, you wanna... Okay. And did that give me anything? No. Lame. Alright, well that's one problem taken care of. What I mean to say is the, Oblivion potential announcement.
What further announcement about it?
Well, they haven't actually announced anything yet, have they?
No.
It was all leaks, but they say they're going to announce it officially tomorrow. Apparently the rumor continues to be that they will announce it and potentially drop the game at like the same time. Or at least in the same week. Is this something that you would be looking forward to, Lost Joke? An Oblivion remaster?
I don't know. Now, that said, Oblivion was one game that I bought before I even,
Let
even
us
owned a
end
360. I was looking forward to it because of Morrowind. But if the images I saw, well, it's either going to be just
Fallen.
the same thing but with a new
Fallen.
coat of paint, or they might actually address any technical issues. We don't know.
Well,
That also depends on what they're charging for it.
yeah, what I heard, and again, this is all rumors until tomorrow's announcement, what I heard is that they are going to be adjusting the combat to feel more modern, but I think mostly that includes making it so that when you hit an enemy, they have a little like an animation that lets you know that you've hit them. Like a modern game might have, where you hit an enemy and they actually move in response to the hit. Whereas in old Oblivion, you hit an enemy, you just get a little sound effect, but they don't actually move or do anything. Otherwise, they don't react to it. So I've heard they're doing that. I've heard that they're redoing the stealth mechanics to be more quote unquote modern, which probably just means that it's going to be Skyrim stealth or Fallout 4 stealth. I've heard that they're redoing archery to feel more modern, which again probably just means it's going to be Skyrim.
It's
archery.
like, is it just going to be Oblivion, but with the Skyrim modernization? Because, I mean, that's not bad.
It's not a bad thing, necessarily. I know some people like Skyrim, some people don't like Skyrim. You have to admit... Oh, is that the thing? You have to admit, Oblivion can be sometimes a hard play for a player who is used to more modern games. Same with Morrowind. I'm surprised they're not trying to remake Morrowind, because that's an even harder play, I think.
They would have to actually, like, rebuild that game from the ground up because it's so old. There are things about it. It's like they can't just kind of give it a new coat of paint because its systems are so old. Which,
Ready to serve.
for most, would be a bad thing because they don't do the magic system the same way in any of the more recent games. In fact, you'd almost say they kind of dumbed it down since Morrowind.
They've definitely dumbed it down. They've made it... They would say that it's been made more accessible, I'm sure. Wow, we take that guy out like nothing. I don't know if you'll be able to kill this guy. I think he might be too powerful for you guys.
They're either greatly exaggerating or they're not as combat efficient as they say they are. Are these Mandalorians the thermal detonator of a combat race?
Maybe.
Because me and my opinions about thermal detonators. I think they're greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, they are. It makes me... I'm wondering / worried about mod support, because I do think that mods are a rather large reason for the popularity of a lot of Bethesda's games. The ability to mod them, to change them, to be better.
Modding is the reason why
to be...
Skyrim is so, like, cemented.
Absolutely.
It's mods that do you remember the one conference where Todd was just kind of commenting about, Skyrim and how, what is the phrase? Like a constant, but kind of fundamentally misunderstanding why Skyrim is so widely popular.
Target acquired.
Yeah.
It's the mods. It's the ability to mod it.
It's because
But
Todd
he thinks
Howard, I
it's
think,
because-
is always under the impression that all of the games that he makes are perfect and don't need any mods, and you know, why would anyone want to mod my perfect game?
Why would anyone change, my vision? Well, because Starfield was kind of boring and not all that great.
Starfield. Friggin' Starfield.
I will harp on about Starfield a lot. I am slightly interested in actually just playing it for myself.
Yeah.
The caveat being, I want it to be incredibly on sale. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play it at full price.
I haven't played Starfield myself, to be fair. I have seen it, I have seen the complaints about it, I have, you know, I know a bit about it. It does seem like Starfield completely missed the point of why people like Bethesda
What
games.
are you doing out here?
And it's not necessarily the
Dangerous
mods,
for your kind.
because, I think that even with the mods, if Skyrim was a shit game, it would not be as popular, right? Because no one's gonna care about modding a shit game, which is case in point Starfield. But it's the lack of exploration, it's the lack of meaningful exploration, it's the lack of being able to just go in a direction and find something that Skyrim or even Fallout 4
You see
had.
that planet? You can fly there.
Via a
Except
loading
someone-
screen. It's just a loading
Except
screen.
someone showed that no, you can't actually go there.
Even so, I would say you could almost compare it to, say, Daggerfall, right? Because in the original Daggerfall, while yes, you could go in a direction and travel there manually, that's not really the way the game was meant to be played, because that would take you literally hours or even days of real time to get to a place. You were meant to pick a place and like click and travel there. But the thing is, in Daggerfall, as I recall, there was still the chance for something to happen on the way.
I think Daggerfall kind of had a bit of like the Fallout design in that as soon as you left the vault, you had the overworld.
Yeah.
And then you kind of go to the initial location, and your character will move in a straight line there. And then the dice rolling happens.
Yes.
Behind the scenes.
And probably one of the
know,
reasons that Bethesda got Fallout, right, was because they kind of again, I know that people complain that they changed Fallout from what it was in 2 to what we got for 3. They basically changed Fallout into a Bethesda game, right? They changed it into
they changed Oblivion. They changed
Morrowind.
it Fallout
Oblivion.
into Oblivion.
But they already had systems like that in Daggerfall. Similar systems to Fallout. And like, yeah, the combat was different. It was real time in Daggerfall, but they had that same kind of generative traveling that Fallout had. But again, like, stuff could happen. Whereas in, I don't know, in Starfield, everything is just a menu. You don't just point somewhere and go there. You click on a map and suddenly you're teleported there via a loading screen, and now you're there, and there's nothing else that happened, and now you're just there. And I don't know, it doesn't feel great. I admit that one of the reasons that I would buy Starfield, again, I would still wait for it on sale, just like you. There aren't as many mods for it as say Skyrim, because it just wasn't as popular. But
wasn't as popular, and some people who would mod it kind of like just said it's kind of boring.
And it's hard to mod out a lot of the more egregious parts of it. You can't just mod out the loading screens. But there are total conversions that make it into a Star Wars game. And I would play that. I would play those. I played Starfield as a Star Wars game. It'd make me appreciate it more, even if it has the same kind of loading screen filled, gameplay. We got sidetracked again. Why are you here? I thought all the patrols had been stopped.
I am a Mandalorian scout. I don't go on patrols. Mandalore sent me out here personally to track a ship that landed in the area.
Oh yeah, a ship?
Yeah, from what little we could pick up on sensors, it was bigger than your ship. Most likely a freighter or a dropship. This one was trying to slip in quietly, and it was keeping its eye on emissions to a minimum. Our sensors almost didn't pick it up.
Any sign of a group?
Just this corpse here. Looks like a scout and pretty green, too. The fool walked right into a group of Canucks and got torn apart. He can't have been the only one
He
crawling
had
around here.
poutine in his
If
pockets.
there's more, we need to take them out. You up for some action?
Always up for some violence.
Take him out? Why?
We can't let them find the camp, if that's what they're looking for. We need to track them down and make sure their trip here is real short.
What do you tend to do? Kill him?
Squeamish? Don't worry, I'm not planning on killing them unless I have to.
Interjection. Master, I assure you that the elimination of these intruders is an absolute necessity. Please, give the command.
People have a habit of shooting Mandalorians on sight. If so, I wouldn't mind a good fight.
Let's stop talking. Get to the killing. I may be able to help. It's a plan.
There's more of these scouts in the jungle. There's many paths, and I don't want them to slip by. If we split up, we should be able to find their scouts, if you're up for it.
Sure.
I'm going to take up a position to the east. You go west. I'll make sure none of them get past me.
Okay. Does Kai have any loots on him? No. I think I'm looking forward to it, but we'll see how it is. If it really is just the same game, but with like some enhancements and better gameplay, that would be, I think, more than I could ask for.
What happened to Lan?
It may be fine, but
swarmed by
then
those
it comes
little
for me. It
beasts.
comes down to
I
the
think they're
ultimate
called
thing.
Canucks.
How much are they going to
I hope
charge?
admission's worth it to the
It's
Colonel.
probably full
If
price.
not-
Plus, it's
Wait,
probably going to be
did you hear
$60
that?
at least.
That's
if not
him!
70.
Get him!
Uh,
I don't know that I would pay that much for it.
I would grit my teeth at 60, but I'm not necessarily pressed for it. But no, I feel like it shouldn't be full premium
Ready to
price, but
serve.
it's probably going to be.
She saved against the she saved against the whirlwind, but then immediately got lightninged. All right, well, I did kill them,
Her reflexes aren't what they used to be.
but they attacked me first. To be fair, where is she? Where'd she go? She's gone. She disappeared. She's actually gone. I don't see a body. Oh, there she is. Okay, just look closer to that bot. All right.
You're gonna come back
Set the
in
staging
KOTOR
camp up
3.
here. This jungle just never ends.
Lieutenant, 2 of our scout patrols haven't reported back.
Do more? Nothing is worth this.
More beasts!
Everyone,
More
attack!
beasts! More beasts! I don't want to attack them. I want to attack the beasts. Oh, Kreia. You just attacked everybody. I blame Kreia for this debacle.
Prejudice set to maximum.
This shall not stop us for long.
I was hoping that attacking only the beasts would you know, be okay, but then again, they were all
This
con
shall not
red,
stop us for
so
long.
I'm not sure that there was really anything that I could have done there. Journal entry added. Like, I suppose that I could have snuck around or just let them fight. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Good. Good.
Let them fight.
I just got a short lightsaber. No, I just need another regular one, and Atten is set.
We need to collect many lightsabers for our growing
For a collection.
cloister of Jedi. What do you call a group of Jedi? Do they have a grouping? Do they have the pluralization?
I don't know. Where's the plural of Jedi?
What's the plural of Sith, for that matter?
I will
A
silence this one.
vengeance of Sith.
Ooh. A wrath. A wrath
wrath.
of Sith.
A wrath of Sith. A revenge of Sith and a return of Jedi.
Huh.
I'm gonna say we're probably pretty done here, but we're just kind of getting XP at this point. We're just kind of walking around, leveling ourselves, exterminating the wildlife on this planet, killing all the Canucks. Oh no. Let me go this way first. Looks like this is going to be a dead end. Oh, it's a cache. Journal entry added. What journal entry? Found the detonator that Mandalore told you about. The explosive charges set around the entrance to cache B13. Alright, so we can get into this cache. Sure. Let's get into this cache. You see a permacrete detonator. It is used to set off permacrete charges that are linked to it. Press the button. There's a horse armor DLC for it, by the way.
Of course there would be. Is it actually going to be effective this time?
Statement. That
No.
explosion
Probably
has
not.
stirred many life forms in the area. Fighting is undoubtedly imminent.
Great. Let's do it. Bring 'em. We'll kill all y'all animals.
Let us end this.
I thought she was going to say let them come.
Let them come.
Nice.
Krea's letting her bloodlust show.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
Jesus Christ. Trandoshan double blade. And we have mines.
Acknowledgement.
HK, please take care of this mine. Is there nothing in here? Is there literally just a mine? No, it's a place.
I hear you.
We want to go in here? I guess we'll go in.
Yes, Master.
Take care of these mines, please. What are these things? Construction droids. Hopefully me taking care of all these mines is okay. I don't like need them to kill the construction droids or something. They're all gonna like come to life and attack me.
Now you're just jinxing it.
I mean, they're all targetable, which is a little bit disconcerting. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Security! Opened. I get stuff. Sure. Craft Holy Battlesuit. What makes it holy?
It's got holes in it.
I can't get to this metal box. Can't get to it. I can't get to these either. This droid looks like it hasn't been used in some time. You can't find any way to activate the droid. Activate the droid. I can't. Examine droid? Bash droid. Well. A lot of them have turned on. In fact, I would say The majority of them have turned on. Guess what, bucko? Cover your ears. Cover your ears, everybody.
I feel
Engaging.
you. Yes.
Ready to serve.
Ready!
Engaging. Optimal accuracy ratio achieved. Acknowledgement.
Well,
What is it?
I hope that we were supposed to have done that, because I sure did. I sure killed every single droid in here. Just for loot. We're gonna go back and they're like, "Oh, did you find our cache with a bunch of droids? We need those."
I think you'll do fine.
They were weak droids anyway. Mandos would never use weak droids. Impossible. Impossible. Interesting. Why is that impossible? Any loots? Otherwise? No. Alright, well. Hopefully it's okay. I sure hope that that was okay to do. You never know with this game, honestly. I think sometimes this game wants to punish the player for acting like a murder hobo. Which is okay. The problem is, it needs to, like, let me know that that's what it's doing, you know? Because most games don't do that. So when a game does that, I feel like they need to, you know, tell you that it's doing it. So that you can adjust accordingly. We are done. We killed the guy, we got a couple of parts for that stuff, so I hope that's enough. We found that guy alive. We took care of the scouts. Violently, unfortunately, but that's just kind of the way it is.
That is the way of life.
I do feel like maybe we should go to the east again and see if that guy is okay. I don't know if he's around here or not. The other scout. He said he was going to the east and that he'll hold it, but I don't see him anywhere. Here, we can look at this. You can kind of send a group of scouts. You think it unlikely that there are any more on the jungle pass. It might be a good idea to find Kilborn and see what he's found. Yeah, I should definitely look for him. Don't know where he is, so we'll see. He said he was going east. We're gonna find him like
in the first light.
Look for him in the east on the dawn of the third day. We're gonna find him dead, I bet. Dead or in trouble. Oh, did I not loot this? I thought you were an enemy, HK. HK is very enemy coded. You're very quiet, Lost Choke. You're very silent.
We're being stealthy.
I don't know that
We're
he's
trying
over
not to
here.
draw attention to us in the dangerous jungle.
Maybe he's just back at camp?
See if he left a note.
See if you can find a boat.
Hugs and kisses, Mandalore.
I killed a bunch of scouts. Hope you're doing well. XOXO. Mando.
Hugs and kisses, this is the way.
Maybe down this way? We haven't actually been down this way. Until last time. We came from this way.
You never know, things could have popped up behind us.
No, I'm not seeing anything. Alright, let's just go to the camp and see if he's there. Talk to this guy too, real quick.
If you head out into the jungle, stay alert.
Okay, I'll be careful. He'll be dead.
If you must travel, by the 9, stay to the roads. We've had sightings, you see. The Canucks.
The Canucks.
The Canucks.
If he's not here... Where does this go? Oh, nowhere. It goes to loot. An obese suit. Oh, we have the other people here. Braylor. I'm stealing all your stuff, you guys. Hope you don't mind. You just kind of left it out.
Finders keepers.
Look at this ship. Look at this weird ship. Oh, I'll get a better look at it in a second. Just, the loot is pulling me too hard. I need to get the loot, and then we can look at the ship. Arcajeth's robe.
So,
Who the hell
you
is
said
Arcajeth?
the loot is random. Is it, once we find it, it's removed from, like, the loot table, or can we just find,
No, it's
like,
just random.
multiples?
It's just random.
So we could, through great odds, get the same thing in every loot chest in the game. Impossible. Impossible, but not unlikely. You must have incredible odds for that to happen in a run. If I remember correctly, Neverwinter Nights is kind of the same way, where it's loot is randomized, but it's a table. So, like, once a thing in a chest has been rolled on and you have taken it, it is off the loot table.
Look at this weird ship. I could use it. So this is where you sit. Like, this is the cockpit. And then the rest of it is just a ship, and it's like this like semicircle thing with the weapons on the other side.
I never did like offset guns like that.
It's weird. I'm not going to use it right now. This is probably what we're going to have to use when
the time comes.
Assumedly, Kando gives it to us, because it sounds like Kando.
Can't do.
Devil.
So you are the visiting Jedi.
That I am.
You aren't much to look at. Are you here to observe, or do you seek to prove yourself in the battle circle?
Mandalore!
I am Davro, a Mandalorian warrior. I have yet to taste real battle, so I test my worth in the battle circle instead.
That's the kind of voice you want to hear from a tough Mandalorian warrior.
Well, they are just younglings. They are not tested in battle.
They're only 3 years old. Why do you fight the battle circle?
3 years old.
Our history is one of battles and wars, but there are times when even we must deal with peace. The battle circle allows us to hone our skills by fighting other Mandalorians. It pales to what we really thirst for, honor in battle, but it keeps us prepared. Talk to the sergeant if you want to fight.
Oh, this?
You know,
No fights to the
this
death.
must...
Other parts of our training weed out the weak among us, but that isn't the function of the battle circle. There are individual rules for each
Beetle
fight.
circle.
The warrior with greater honor determines those, which in your case means any Mandalorian makes the rules.
What were you saying?
I forgot. I was
like how-
distracted by Beetle circle.
I like how earlier in this this stream I made it a point to say how they're not really making any of the Mandalorians sound like Jango Fett, and now, like
now we're coming across them.
yeah, a bunch of them do in fact sound like Jango.
So the Jedi Order isn't completely dead. You always had hidden strengths. Very hard for even the wisest Mandalore to judge and predict. I have studied much of the Jedi since our defeat.
Guys, can you keep
I
it down,
would be
please?
honored to cross blades with you in the battle circle.
Okay.
I feel like he lost his accent as he was speaking. Like he
Wait, who's-
started lightly, and then it just disappeared.
No, it is up to the sergeant. The battle circle was not designed to settle petty vendettas and rivalries. Its primary purpose has always been teaching. Learning from books or holovids is useless when battle rages and soldiers are dying around you. Real knowledge can only be gained through combat. Perhaps we can learn from one another in time.
How does it work?
You talk with the sergeant. Today is his day to preside over the circle. Each fight is different because the Mandalorian with greater honor dictates the terms of the engagement. But there will be no terms if we fight. Everyone else will deny you your lightsaber and the use of your force. But I want to fight you with all your skill. Victory isn't important in the battle circle. What is important is discovering more about yourself and your opponent.
Victory is the friends we made along the way. You don't seem as aggressive as the other Mandos.
This is not a battlefield, Jedi. If it were, I trust you wouldn't have the same opinion. I prepare and train, readying my mind and weaponry for a real challenge. Peace is not our natural element. Mandalorians handle it differently. I focus on educating myself in the martial techniques I will need to succeed in the next war.
Okay, how's it going now? Am I gonna have to fight all of these guys? Because they're all named. Master Sergeant? Master Chief?
So, the Jedi comes to grace us. The battle circle is reserved only for real warriors. Your Jedi ways won't help you here.
Is this where Mandalorians
Oh, they
train?
won't.
I mean, here's the thing. Even if I don't, like, cast, you know, Jedi speed on myself, I still am kind of using the Force to fight, so...
The battle circle is only a small part of our training regiment. A full Mandalorian warrior is a master of many fighting techniques.
I think it's
and
actually
here,
training
all
regimen.
of them are tested. If you were to compete,
That's the
you would
teeth.
have to do so on our terms, for that is the way of the battle circle. Those with great
This is the
honor
way.
decide the terms of engagement. Jedi rely
A typo in my BioWare game?
They lose touch
Not a
of the
BioWare game,
power
it's an
Typos.
Obsidian game.
defeat. Without your force,
It's an Obsidian
would you
game.
be a match for even the lowliest of Mandalorian warriors? If you want to try and fight us on our terms, that can be arranged.
Okay. Do I get anything? Do I get anything if I win?
We are not merchants. We are Mandalorians. The only thing gained and lost here is honor, and perhaps some skill, if you have the capacity to learn.
I see. I'm not going to say this. I'm not going to say this. I want to say this. I see none of you are merchants except for Kex. Oh, and you do have a repairman. You have janitors too? I want to fight.
You are new here, so you will fight Davro. He is young and has not
Okay.
been able to prove himself in battle. Davro, what are your terms?
No weapons, no Jedi tricks,
He, him.
and no items. Just fist and foot. A true test of strength.
Put your weapon away,
Kiss.
Jedi. Don't step out of the circle and pull any death blow. No one dies in the battle circle.
Step
Until
into the
today.
battle circle. Now you will experience a true fight.
Alright, you think he's gonna kick my ass? He might.
He might.
He might. Well, I have Master Flurry, so we're gonna use Master Flurry.
I prefer Master Shake.
I prefer Master Frosty. You think now that I have Master Flurry, I can win against Handmaiden? Should do that when we go back to the ship.
We
The
will
match
find
between
out when we
Jedi
get to
and
it.
Davril is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. Davril is just a recruit. I'm not surprised you won this fight.
You suck,
The
Davril.
challenger has expressed interest in fighting you. As little honor
Guys,
as you've
I'm
gained,
still-
it is
still
sufficient
standing
to
here.
accept his request. Let me know if you would fight again.
Okay. I'll just go over here now.
All
right.
right.
Let's
Here to
Save
watch a
and fight
or
again.
to participate.
I want to fight.
After defeating Davril, you have gained some small honor. There is a challenger for you.
Small
He is Kex, the
honor.
quartermaster.
Minuscule.
Since he is the challenger,
Since
you
Davril
get to
sucks
choose
so
the
bad.
terms.
I'm right here. Why does he want to fight me?
As quartermaster, he has little opportunity for any glory in training. He isn't as skilled as Davril.
What would be
The
appropriate?
battle circle is for training. It is best to choose something that will test both
Who
of
am
your
I fighting?
In this case, swords would be a good choice. It is something neither one of you are completely familiar with, but the choice is ultimately yours to make.
Let's fight with swords then.
An honorable choice. I will send a runner to
Oh, we're
Kex.
fighting
Your
Kex.
fight will begin
Okay.
shortly.
Right. Sure. I got a dueling vibro sword. Master Flurry! Just do flurry. All flurries all the time. I mean, so far I'm winning pretty hard, Kex. You better give me a discount or something if I win against you. Alright. They took the sword from me.
The match between Kex and Jedi
That's
is
fine.
over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. If you want to fight again, let me know.
Okay.
For Mandalore!
Yeah. What's this guy's name again? Bralor. Bralor is the one who wants to fight us, like, full on. I guess we should talk to this guy real quick.
This is our battle circle. You should leave us. This place is for Mandalorians alone. Even if the sergeant lets you fight
And
with us,
Davril.
you will never truly be one of us.
Okay. So this guy, I think we need to fight, like, super fair and square, possibly even hand-to-hand. Or swords. This guy, though, wants to fight us, like, full-on lightsaber Jedi powers and everything.
To the death!
Braylor. Let me heal myself. And heal myself again. And then... Save. This case.
Here to watch a fight or to participate?
I want to fight.
You choose to fight again. Now face a real Mandalorian warrior.
Oh, this guy, okay, this guy we need to
What are
fight.
your terms?
Just fist in foot like you fight with Davril. Nothing else.
Like a fight with Davril.
Fight hand to hand. Remember, no weapons allowed, and absolutely no use of your force.
It's our force. It flows through everything. All living creatures.
Not me. It don't flow through me. I don't
This
believe
guy's a
in
little
it.
harder. I'm missing a lot. We might have to come back. Yeah, he's kicking our ass a little bit. It's kind of close, it's not that close. Oh, then again, oh, we could do it. We could do it. We need a couple lucky hits.
A clutch.
We need a lucky hit. Come on.
Clinch it out.
Come on. You can do it. Yay! We did it!
The match between Jedi and
That was close.
Tagrin is over. The Jedi is the clear and honorable victor. You have fought well today. The only Mandalorians left for you to fight are our champions. No one can fight a champion until they have
Guys,
proven
again, I'm
themselves
okay. I'm
worthy.
standing right. Okay.
And it must be real proof. The kind you gain fighting foes to the death. And a champion must observe and deem your actions worthy. There are two champions in the camp, Braylor and Kelborn. Until you prove yourself in their eyes, the battle circle
Where is
closed
Kelborn?
to you.
I need to talk to him. We actually do need to talk to Kelborn.
He is somewhere.
I know. Where is he?
Resting.
Do we need to... You think it's a case of we need to go out and find him again? Computer, workbench. I don't need to do anything here right now. Let's go see if we can find Kelborn, because we do actually have to talk to him. Hey, Mando Kando, have you seen Kelborn? No?
Isn't that just a redundant Mando Kando?
You here to gloat over your victories in the battle circle. Save it for someone else. So why are you back?
To gloat over my victories in the battle arena? Never mind. I guess we need to go back out. Let's go back out. He has to be around then, right? He has to be around somewhere. I should probably heal before I get into a combat situation.
Another scrap.
You finally arrived, Jedi.
Oh.
I seek to reclaim the honor that you stole from me. I challenge you here, outside of the battle
This
circle.
is Tagrin.
This time, we fight to the death.
Why do you want me to? Why do you want to fight me again? I know why he wants to fight me.
Many
Mandalorians have fallen to the Jedi. There's no dishonor in that.
You would deny my request? I want to fight here, in front of other Mandalorians, to prove my worth. Do not shame me further.
There must be other ways to prove yourself.
There were no wars to fight, no great enemies to destroy. I wish this was a different age, where our armadas were a force to be feared.
You lost me already. Why fight again?
I was too young to fight in the Mandalorian wars. With our plans scattered, there was no opportunity to prove myself. Years ago, young Mandalorians would fly point in a basilisk, laying waste to anything before them, at the forefront of battle. But this has been denied me. What little honor I have earned, you stripped from me in the battle circle. This I won't allow.
I feel like refusing to fight him is actually a bad thing. Refusing to fight him is just going to make him angrier and, like, is going to shame him or whatever.
Shame.
We are in a Mando...
Shame!
Shame! We are in a Mando camp, so we should follow Mando ways, so I guess we should fight.
Now you face a true Mandalorian on the field of battle.
Did it unequip my lightsaber? It did, didn't it? Son of a bitch. Hold on. I gotta equip my lightsaber. Where's my lightsaber? There it is. Alright. Let's go get him. Oh, everybody else is fighting him too. This is a fair fight.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
He has remains. Sure. I mean, you guys saw that, right? It's what he wanted.
If you head out into the jungle,
This guy doesn't care.
He didn't even say anything about it.
I'm a little bit unsure about that, but like I don't know. I get the feeling. Oh, there he is. I get the feeling that not fighting him might have been a bad choice too. So, hey, Kelborn.
I found more of their scouts, but they started shooting as soon as they saw me.
Yeah, me
I
too.
heard blaster rifle fire coming from deeper in the jungle. You find anything?
I came across two groups of scouts. They weren't in the mood to talk either.
Surprised they wouldn't talk to you. I thought their grudge was only with Mandalorians. Find out anything useful from them?
They mentioned something about a colonel. There also seems to be more of them.
Colonel, huh? Tobin. Tobin is General Vaklu's personal cat hound. If he's on your trail, you might want to steer clear of Onderon.
Colonel Sanders. Tobin's the one who opened fire on our ship and forced us to land here.
I'm not surprised. He was probably acting on orders from Vaklu. If so, you've made some dangerous enemies.
Who's General Vaklu?
General Vaklu is the cousin of Queen Talia.
That doesn't
He's
help
also
me.
in charge of the Onderon military. He led the Onderon resistance when we occupied their world during the Mandalorian Wars. He was a worthy foe. Maybe more than a match for you.
Everybody says that,
know
but...
about the scouts. I'll let him know your role in dealing with them.
Alright, thank you. Before you go, who were those scouts?
They're Onderon military, although they were trying to be secret about it. I've got a feeling you're going to need all the help you can get. One last thing about the battle circle.
Oh,
Your
yeah?
actions have proven you worthy of facing our best in the circle. Perhaps
So
we
they
can
say.
face each other there. See you at camp.
Okay. Bye! Oh. Okay. Alright. Back we go then. Let's fight in the battle circle some more. Lostoke, what do you think about that? It's like a little mini arena from the first game.
What will we get from this?
Literally nothing, I don't think. XP. We are getting a little XP. But, I know we're doing a lot of this stuff to get honor or whatever in order to get in good with, Mandalore. Supposedly Mandalore.
It could be Mandalore. His armor's different and it's really shiny.
Alright, let's save.
Kelborn says you are worthy enough to face champions. You may fight in the battle circle again.
Great. Let's fight.
You have enough honor to face a champion of a previous day. Kelborn, what are your terms? Swords only. No items or the Jedi's force. And no sword of the Jedi's choosing. Just a simple long blade. Kelborn chooses to fight with the blade. You may fight with fist, foot, and the blade provided. No using the force or any other item.
Okay. He might kick our ass. It is possible.
No items, final destination, Fox only.
He's already hit me once. He got first blood. First blood! He is kind of kicking our ass a little bit. Ouch.
The match between Jedi and Kelborn is over. Kelborn is the clear and honorable victor. You are a strong warrior, Jedi. But
Can I
no
try
match
again?
for the best of us. If you take away your lightsaber and force, then our training techniques can be more than a match for you.
If you take away everything that you use to fight, then we can beat you. What a stupid thing to say.
Like,
How about I take
get
away
what they're
your
trying
armor?
to say, but it just kind of makes them seem a little bit, bitter. They're sore losers.
Let me make sure that I can actually fight
Here to
again.
watch your fight.
Okay, it looks like I can fight again, so I'm not going to I'm not gonna like reload the save or anything like that. You know what I could do is I could level up.
Level up.
Sure. Feats. I don't have lightsaber 2. Not that I need lightsaber 2. I want to do probably melee weapons too. Because that also affects lightsabers. That's probably what I'll do. Yeah. Powers! God, what do I want? What do I want, Lost Joke?
Spoiled for choice.
I am a bit. Energy. Energy resist. I don't really need energy resist. Stun. I could get some spells. I do have quite a lot of like force mana that I am not really using because I don't have that much in the way of spells. So I could get something like that.
More offensive forceness.
I don't really want to get a dark side power, or else I would get insanity, which would be kind of amazing, or shock. I think stun is a... This whole stun line is a light side power, so we'll probably go ahead and do that. Accept. Kriya. Feats. What do you want, Kriya? What do you need? Probably... Master Jedi Defense. Or dueling, but no, I think Master Jedi Defense is good. Powers. Get her level 2 of energy resist. Oh yeah, I was gonna get her force breach, I think. Oh, I have 2 powers. Okay. Wound. I know it's wound. She does use energy resist sometimes, so let's give her improved energy resist as well. HK. Why not? Repair. Feats. Probably just toughness. Or precise shot 4. Get precise shot 4. Great. Let's quick save. And then go. I could try to fight him again. I do have like a +2 now to that. I'm worried that if we go to Mandalore right now, that'll be it for like trying to do all this other stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's try to fight him again.
Here to what? You have
wanna
enough
fight.
swords only. Kelborn.
Okay. We might still not win, but let's try it. We got 1 level and +1 or 2 to weapons. We are winning a bit. That could just be a couple of good RNG rolls. No, now we're more even.
Lucky hit.
It's possible we could win, but I don't know. No, we got really close though.
The match between Kelborn.
I'm going to load only because it's faster than trying to heal myself up. Let me actually double check my stuff. What does this do? Retinal implant, awareness +1, and immunity to critical hits. That's pretty good, actually. Combat sensor, dexterity +2. Yeah, that's fine. I can't use... Wait, this one I can use. Dexterity +1, saves all +3. Let's Strength +2, which I don't really care about. Save +2, so no, what I have is fine. I can't do anything to improve this robe. But it does give me defense 4, and then all this other stuff. It gives me regen 3, which I think we put on that, but it's pretty nice. This only gives me defense 2. It gives me. This also gives me regen 3, wisdom 2, which don't really need that. Okay, I don't think there's anything that I need. None of this is really any more helpful to me. So, no, I pretty much have the best I got. I think we could do it. I think we just need to get, like, a couple of lucky rolls.
The mercy of RNG.
Look at that, we got first blood this time.
First blood.
First blood. Just flurry all the time. Again, Master Flurry is pretty good. He's winning, though. Yep, there we go. Got us again. Load the game again. Again, I'm only loading a game because this is faster than having to heal up again. I think we can do it, though. I do think we can do it. We just need, like, a couple of... Oops.
Here to watch a fight or to participate.
Oops. I'll be going now. You know what? Let's reload this. I accidentally... It's fine. It's fine.
Perfectly fine.
Perfectly
Nothing
fine.
to worry about.
Here to watch.
Let's try this again. Got first blood again. Not that it matters, really. Oh, he got like a crit on us. He shouldn't get a crit on us. We're immune to crits, but...
His damage roll was just that high.
Yeah, he just had like a really high damage roll. I'm only going to try a couple more times, and then we'll move on.
Here to watch a fight.
I'm pretty sure it's good that we're using that, like, flurry all the time, as long as it's Master Flurry. If we didn't have Master Flurry, then we would be screwed. Jeez, he really is just
hitting so hard.
He is hitting really hard. Alright, I'll try like one more time.
We'll need to wander around outside and level up.
Here to watch a... You have sword kill.
Oh! Oh! Nah, he's just like every time he hits us, it hits us like really hard. We just can't do it. We just can't do it.
We're not strong
Like, we got really close a couple of times, but now it's just like we've used up our luck. All right, well, let's go talk to this guy to fix all this crap. Hi.
Any progress with the repairs or the phase pulse converter?
I fixed the broken power
Good
cables.
to hear it. I've been low on parts, otherwise I would have been able to get to that.
Sure.
Any
I fixed the phase pulse converter. I have 2 parts of it.
Let me see. Those
Let
are in
me
fine
see.
shape. Still one piece missing there.
One piece
Bring
missing.
that to me, and I'll try and fix the telemetry computer.
Really? Really? Battle meditation. All right. Let's see if there's anything I could do over here.
Freya needs braces.
I guess we gotta go back out and kill more Canucks. Put my lightsaber back on. Yum, yum, yum. All right, Canucks, where you at? It is possible that there's some loot around here that we didn't get. Like maybe someone left some remains and I didn't see it.
Could be possible.
Yum. But I'm not seeing anything. But of course we need to go the other way too. This is just one way of many ways. One could even say that this is the way. XOXO, love and kisses, this is the way. What do you think about the Star Wars XCOM that they announced? Lost joke.
I don't know. I've never really played an XCOM or a game similar to it.
I'm not sure that I'm super into those kinds of games. I mean, it is very I would honestly say it's kind of similar to something like what, Final Fantasy Tactics? I mean, it is a tactical game.
Yeah.
Turn-based and all that. But I've never really been into those games.
I thought about playing one XCOM game. I think it was like Chimera Squad.
Hmm.
It's still XCOM, but you're playing characters instead of just kind of making them yourself.
Yeah. I think that might be what this Star Wars game is going to be. Like, I think the characters might be like kind of pre-made and you're just using them. Which is fine. Have you ever played the Mario XCOM?
I've seen it played. I've not actually played it.
As far as I know, it literally is just, it's like XCOM, but it's Mario.
But with also rabbits.
I don't understand the rabbits. I don't understand the.
They weren't
enjoyment of
always goofy as they were. They were kind of a threat at first, and they just kind of got. I guess the best way to describe it is minionized.
Got it. It was loot that we didn't get. I don't really understand minions either. I guess they're kind of cute, but they're kind of annoying too.
They are a marketable mascot for Illumination.
Yeah.
But honestly, I haven't really watched any of the Despicable Me universe movies because there's so many now.
Are there? I know of the Despicable Me movies, and then wasn't there like a Minion solo movie, and then...
There was a Minion movie, there was Minion shorts, there's like 3 or 4 different Despicable Me movies.
Any progress with the repair? You do? Let me see. I don't know how, but these pieces look in good enough shape to repair. I'll have the telemetry computer repaired in no time.
Great. I'm just glad I could help out.
I'll be sure to tell Mandalore how much help you've been. I know you didn't ask, but here's a reward anyway. Mandalorians are expected to do anything they can to help, but you're a stranger, and you didn't have to help us.
Maybe all them Jedi aren't as bad as we thought.
It was my pleasure to help. I need no reward.
Alright, if you say so. Again,
It's probably just the money anyway. Got more light side points even though I'm already maxed light side, but you know what? It's fine. It's more RP than meta. I know I could have taken the reward, but it's more RP than meta. I don't care about the meta. I care a little bit about the meta. Only in so much as it lets us actually progress through the game. Can we do anything into the telemetry computer? We programmed the core. Right, I did it. I fixed your telemetry computer for you, by the way. Should go probably tell him. Tell him we did that. Hi. Both the cables and the telemetry computer are working now. Nice. He actually gave us stuff. Alright, well, let's save. And I guess, since we can't beat stupid Celebrimbor over there, we need to, talk to Mandalore.
Mandalore.